Ladies and gentlemen, by now you've probably heard the news. The sad and pathetic news. I mean, the fantastic revelation that our beloved 45th President, Donald J. Trump, will not get indicted, and he won't face any criminal charges for his rampant empire of cruelty and criminality that the Democrats have accused him of. Certainly, I don't believe any of that nonsense. But H.A. Goodman on YouTube has done about 10 videos on this very topic. I think you should subscribe to his channel. He's a fine young man. And I can't tell you how happy I am. I haven't been this ecstatic since I stubbed my toe in the middle of the night the other night. And it's just a fantastic news. The Republican Party stands with Trump. We are firmly behind him all the way, holding sharp utensils to make sure anybody that tries to mess with our beloved orange 45th president gets a rude awakening, just like the old wrestler I loved him. Ladies and gentlemen, I mean, they can't find anything in the man's like Teflon. It's like, they tried to get him on Russia collusion, and that didn't work out. And then they impeached him. That didn't work out. And then they tried to say that he obtained loans from Deutsche Bank. $2 billion worth of loans. $2 billion. I couldn't find one little problem with that. Then they had insurance issues they accused him of. Then they said that he had destroyed Halley's Comet. That didn't work out. Then he took, he made advances at Santa Claus. It didn't work out either. There was no proof of that. And Trump was the Grinch who stole Christmas, and he was one of the monsters on Nightmare on Elm Street. They tried to indict him on that. Of course, it was a movie, so it wasn't even real. Then they said that he launched UFOs, and we're finding out that there indeed are UFOs. Are they linked to Trump? Who knows? Maybe we should investigate. Maybe the Democrats should investigate that. I'm not saying they should, but if Cyrus Vance wants to call me, or Pelosi, I'm open to a discussion on any new investigation of Trump. Just to simply give the information to 45 and tell anyone trying to investigate him to back off. Not that I would want new investigations of Trump to keep him at bay, lest we have a non-interventionist foreign policy, which I would not approve of. Which I do approve of, because, well, I'll just say anything to keep Trump happy and also at bay. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, they didn't find any indictments of Trump, no criminal charges, but he did pay for Hogwarts Academy of Wizardry for his CFO's grandchildren. No greater crime has ever been committed by a man in this country. And apparently, the CFO will flip and sing, and it'll be a glorious occasion, which I will definitely not want to happen. Give me your thoughts below. Oh, my goodness. Let me get you back to H.A. Badman. If you've lasted this long, hit subscribe right now to this channel. You could join and become a member and listen to Mitchell McConnell all you like. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry. I could do 5 minutes of Bill Clinton.
Oh my goodness. A Steele dossier. It was all about me. That's my. It was basically a memoir of my times in Moscow. Of course, my good friends in the Democratic Party, we just try to paint Trump as me. Isn't that funny?
Anyway, sorry about that. 5 minutes, my God. Who would last this long? If you've lasted this long, and you're asking why this is the third segment I've done today, it's because, ladies and gentlemen, this is a monumental day. A monumental day in the history of President Trump's venture into politics. They don't have anything on him. I know that this is not that important to a lot of people who obsess, who claim that Trump is this criminal mastermind that needs to be held accountable, and there are Trump apologists, and he's not held accountable because of the apologists. And there's this semantic, this absurd semantic game that people play, where words are removed from reality to suit the sensibilities of oftentimes apoplectic liberal Democrats and morally superior good conservatives. You know, there are good conservatives like George Will, who I respect. He wrote a fantastic book on baseball. But you have like people like George Will who would rather have a Bush, George W. Bush, than a Trump, even though George W. Bush destabilized an entire region of the world, and his decisions caused endless mayhem, chaos, suffering, and lives lost. President Trump, what did Trump do aside from his rhetoric and words that were sensationalized by media? So his words, I agree. A lot of the things that President Trump said, he could have simply toned down and not said them. But he got a greater percentage of the non-white vote than any Republican in 60 years. We had record low black and Latino unemployment. So Trump's tweets and record low black and Latino unemployment, in addition to allocating, the only president to allocate more funding to historically black colleges than any other president, and make that funding permanent, to where HBCUs don't have to go to Congress and ask for the funding, every year or other year. And signed prison reform legislation, and signed an executive order combating anti-Semitism, which is running rampant on college campuses. We can go on. I mean, the Abraham Accords were a great achievement. It had nothing to do with the political conflict that took place a month and a half ago. It was a different type of achievement that wasn't really supposed to address that. I mean, the biggest accomplishment of President Trump was that he negotiated a deal to get us out of America's longest-running military conflict. What drives me is I want Americans home. That's the number one thing for me. I'm not bound by allegiance to a political party. Political parties are despicable, generally just nefarious organizations, generally. Or they're, the potential for them to do harm is tremendous. And a lot of people in politics, or most, give their lives to the Democratic Party. When I was on the left, and I was the biggest Bernie Sanders booster on the internet, according to the Huffington Post, and the unofficial scribe of Sanders' most hardcore voters, according to the Washington Post, I did not give my life to the Democratic Party. No way. Even though I was a lifelong Democrat. I said, Bernie Sanders is better than Clinton. He is. Oddly enough, I thought Clinton was infinitely better than Biden, but you know how that turned out. I mean, at least in terms of a candidate. Biden's foreign policy is less militant than Clinton's would have been, which is a good thing, but he's far more militant than Trump. And I don't trust Biden when it comes to bringing home Americans. That's what drives me. He's prolonged the negotiated date to bring home Americans till this September.
I don't trust Democrats and media and establishment Republicans or never-Trumpers. But hit subscribe to this channel, ladies and gentlemen. He's not Teflon. They don't have anything on him. Today is the day that marks... Today's one of the most important days in recent American history, proving that everything they alleged and accused Trump of was complete nonsense. Give me your thoughts below. Hit subscribe right now to this channel. Let's get to 200,000 subs. If you've lasted until 10 minutes, tell your friends and family about this channel. Thank you.